wow, if I had just done this before.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple.
If you've been watching my channel, you know that I have been decluttering my house for over a year and a half now, and I've got a lot of it done. I'm still working on some areas in my main floor, and I'm working on my garage a little bit at a time. I can only do so much out there because that's more hubby's zone than mine. And I'm also decluttering in my basement right now, and a lot of my videos have been focused on my basement. And so one of the things that I have noticed that I'm doing lately is not really beating myself up, but I am thinking, wow, if I had just done this before. It's not really taking all that long to get through a box or a bin or a bag or something, right? And so all those years that I was wanting to go through my stuff and declutter my stuff, and yet I wasn't doing it. And I did know about, if you just spend a few minutes on it every day, you can get it done. I knew about that. But then I have to remind myself now that the reason I didn't do that, I knew that, the reason I didn't do that was because I didn't have what they call the bandwidth to do that. I didn't know that term then, but that's a term that you hear a lot now. But I just didn't have it in me. I was so overwhelmed with health and work and life and just everything that I had nothing left. So even if I wanted to spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I just didn't have it in me to do it. It was just beyond what I was capable of doing during that time. And so my dream was to eventually, when I wasn't working anymore, that I would be able to start getting things done. And I was so excited about doing that that I just went full force into it. And that was a bad idea because health-wise, I wasn't capable of doing that yet. My body needed time to heal after the time working. So some of you may be able to relate to that, some of you may not. But I needed time for my body to heal enough so that I could have the strength and the stamina and not trigger pain when I was trying to declutter things and simple stuff. Prior to that, I couldn't even stand and do one pan of dishes without triggering the pain. So now I can do my dishes. I don't have a problem. But I do still trigger the pain sometimes. But my point is at that time, I knew that it would only take a few minutes to do things and stuff like that. And then I knew it would only a few minutes a day, a few minutes at a time would accomplish something. But I didn't have room or space for that in me. So hopefully that makes sense. But now what's happening is I'm going down there and I'm pulling out these boxes, and it's things that I thought were going to take forever to go through. Just when I looked at it, I thought that's just going to take me forever to go through, and I'm not going to be able to let go of this stuff. Well, the honest truth is when I put that stuff in there, I wasn't ready to let go of it. So I have to remind myself that I cannot use the mindset that I have today on yesterday, because I did not have that mindset then. So even if physically I would have been ready, even if I had not been overwhelmed, I was not ready to let go of those things yet. I was not to the point yet of knowing that I'm not going to do these crafts anymore. I'm not going to read all of these books anymore. I'm not going to do those things. And it's still a struggle sometimes to let go of the things, but my mindset has changed from yesterday to today. And I'm talking, not literally yesterday, but every day, really, the mindset changes, but that doesn't mean you're perfectly there. When you get to a certain point, you look at it and you still fall into those ways of thinking. And some of you may be in the same phase of decluttering as I am, and some of you may just be starting your journey or maybe just wanting to start your journey. But I know there's also a lot of you out there who are way further along in the journey than I am. Maybe you're still decluttering. Maybe you've already done your main decluttering and you're just maintaining. So it would be wonderful if you had some advice for those of us who are still in this phase of the journey or haven't even started the journey. But what I'm realizing is this is what I'm seeing now in me, that I'm pulling out this box and I thought it was going to take me forever to go through, and it's only taking me a few minutes. A part of the reason for that is because all of me is ready to let go, or most of me, most of me is ready to let go. Sometimes I have to set it aside and give it another round, but that's okay because I'm whittling down. I'm discovering what I want to keep. I don't know. I'm getting ready to put something in the oven, so that's what you're hearing. But I don't know for sure yet what level I'm going to be at. Where's my level going to be with this particular thing? So I'm letting go of the things that I know I'm ready to let go of, and I'm not letting go of the things that I don't know I'm ready to let go of. You don't have to let go of anything. You do not have to be a minimalist. I'm not a minimalist. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. So don't let anybody convince you otherwise. But if you want to have less, and if you want to declutter, and if you want to discover that, then you have to do it where you're at today. And so my point is that as you're doing this, if you find yourself second guessing yourself, if you find yourself berating yourself or chastising yourself because you could have had this done a long time ago, right? If you'd have just done it, but you weren't ready. Like you weren't ready yet. And until you were ready, you couldn't do it. So I'm reminding myself of that today. So I just wanted to pop on here and just say that to you in case some of you are kind of in the same position. Don't beat up on yourself. Yourself today may be ready, but yourself yesterday, maybe she wasn't ready, or he, whatever. But maybe you weren't ready before. So even though you could have had it done, if you just spent 15 minutes here and there, even though it was only going to take a few minutes to get through that box, you know what? A few years ago, last year, last month, if you'd have opened that box then, you might have not got rid of anything because you weren't ready to let go of it. So don't beat up on your today's self because yesterday's self wasn't there yet. She was where she was supposed to be in that time, and now you're where you're supposed to be today. So just love yourself and give yourself a little grace and do a little bit at a time, and don't worry about yesterday. Just move forward and do what you're ready to do today. Love you guys. Bye. See you next time.
I want you to actually look at your junk. Does it put you in a funk? Does it drag you down and call you out in shame? Well, my friend, don't take that flack. Turn around and talk back. You don't need to play the blame game. And don't let today beat up on yesterday, regretting through the lens of should-have dones. Make up your mind to leave all that behind. Move forward. A new day has begun.
What you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah? Are you going to declutter some stuff? Yeah.